Let's start from the assumption that what we communicate is always mediated, filtered, distorted by emotions, affections, fantasies, defense mechanisms, and that the emotional affective conditions of an individual always influence cognitive functions. For this reason, managing one's emotional state is one of the most difficult tasks for a human being to carry out, and the teaching process is also strongly influenced by it. It is now well known how anxiety, stress, and tension affect learning processes both when they manifest themselves in excess and when they do so in the opposite direction. We know that high levels of anxiety lead to a reduction in the ability to remember, to lower levels of concentration, to an increase in the sense of fatigue, just as too low levels of emotional involvement lead to apathy, passivity, and indifference. Is it possible to act on the emotional states of those who are learning to make them functional to a profitable acquisition of knowledge? Certainly. It is a matter of acting on the emotional affective variables to generate willingness to learn. That is, to create a mental space ready to welcome the exercise of cognitive functions. You can leverage psychological variables such as curiosity, surprise, humor, cognitive dissonance, extrinsic motivations such as external reinforcements, the need to belong to a group, or you can leverage didactic variables such as highlighting the emotional resonances of the content or focusing on certain problematic aspects of the topic in question. But very often this is not enough and other strategies need to be introduced. The particular lever that we want to highlight here is emotional involvement through simulation contexts. That is, the use of hypothetical scenarios that present situations that have a more or less high emotional significance and act as a vehicle for the transmission of content. We provide 2 examples for this purpose. In the first case, let's assume a lesson on the Middle Ages in which, during a traditional explanation, an emotionally charged situation is inserted at a certain point, which, by leveraging mechanisms of projective identification, intends to make you feel emotions. To begin, imagine you are a knight visiting a nearby fiefdom whose lord is reputed to be very authoritarian. At a certain point, you see a group of very agitated serfs coming towards you and stopping you to talk to you. You are a little wary because you are in a foreign land and you do not know the true intentions of these peasants. But they begin to talk and assert their reasons. They talk about abuses and wickedness on the part of the local lord and ask you to do something. What do you answer to their pleas? Describe it in a text. Let us now reflect on this teaching proposal. What have we done? With our imagination we have simulated a time jump in a scenario in which the student identifies with the condition of the peasants, experiences emotions as if he were really there with them and is called upon to solve their problem. In the second example, we refer to a training lesson on a new product intended for insurance agents. It simulated a situation in which the insured was experiencing particularly difficult personal events, and the agent had to juggle between the strict application of certain rules and identification with the client's experience that led him to propose conditions that were disadvantageous for the insurance company. Through the trick of projective identification, users were asked to delve deeper into the analysis of insurance guarantees and to formulate a policy proposal. In doing so, the study of insurance guarantees was charged with emotional values that somehow accelerated its assimilation on a cognitive level.